Did I start YouTube?
It's
going.
Yeah,
it's going.
YouTube's going.
Right,
we
cool
are live.
beans.
What's up, YouTube?
All right, folks. Somebody tell us we sound good. All right,
Yeah, Chris Norris,
says,
what's going on, man? It's good to see you, dude.
Let's go.
All right. We got a lot to cover tonight. We're gonna move right into the winner's circle, and then we got a lot to go through. So
Yes,
we're gonna. Oh, you know what we forgot?
What did I forget?
The
hardcore.
twerky.
And
The twerky.
and hardcore segments.
Dang it, we forgot the twerky, man. Dang it.
Did we not forget hardcore segment too?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Did he?
I know the place. I have it.
Okay,
We'll
we will quickly switch to the segment, but we
man.
got to get the reviews. We got to get stuff like that
Yeah.
because we got to recap hardcore segment.
Yeah.
So okay, let's go into the winner's circle real quick. You got this one?
Yeah, Jerry Biasy, Brittany Goodman right there throwing some custom CBC surges. I think that was at the Eagles in Mayfield, Kentucky right there. Bill takes down the blind draw.
Who's that guy in the background though, man?
I don't know. I really don't. I didn't do a lot of research on that.
Why didn't Derek cut him out?
I like that he's there.
Okay, I like his hat, man. He's got some swag there.
Yeah.
All right.
Tori.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't.
He's not throwing our bags.
But he's got our shirt on,
because
and
he
we love him.
he plays TCL, right? TCL, ACL over in Texas. So he's always repping the merch, though. You know, he told me, he texted me, he said my biceps are too big for these. I told him probably not.
You're a little glowy today. Look at you.
What is that? Is that a good thing?
No, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you're glowing a little bit.
Well, I shaved my face.
Okay.
Ran a 5K this morning. Got a good lift. Got off work at noon. Shaved my head. It's been a good day.
Do you want to know what I did? I worked all day.
No.
Sounds like you had a lot of free time.
Sounds like we switched roles.
Dude, don't even try. Don't even try.
Who we got
Josh,
there? That's your boy.
Yeah, it's my boy Josh, man.
Yeah.
He's been throwing the CBC impacts. He's newer to the game, not brand new. You know, he's been playing for maybe 4 months now, I believe, somewhere around there. And man, we go to a bunch of tournaments with him and stuff. This is one of the first times he's got a second place, man. So he
and
sent
that was
me his
in
picture.
That's Paris Cornhole League.
Yeah, it
I
is
believe.
Paris. Yeah.
So
He did good,
If
man.
you guys are around the Paris area, go check that out. I want to say it's on Tuesdays and Fridays.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but I'm really confident with that.
He's starting to come alive, dude.
Yeah.
He is. I played with him the other day. Him and I, that's who I placed with the other day. We took second. My wife beat us. So it's totally his fault, though, not mine.
No.
So
Definitely.
no big deal.
I just give credit to Steph.
No big deal.
Oh, what's This is Leonard's grandson. I forget his name, and I'm so sorry about that. But he's throwing the custom Preds.
While Dylan's looking this up,
yeah, I got it.
Just look at those Preds, dude. That's freaking
sick.
crazy.
They got
with the custom.
the ghost face on them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he took a second place. Where was this? You know?
Oh man, no. Why can't I find Kim?
Dude, we got Raging Axe Clarksville in here. Let's go.
Oh, what up?
Is Dylan gonna eventually do the curled mustache look or not? He's starting to a little bit.
Eli is his name. Yeah, no, it's curled up. I mean,
I think I could grow mine
It's better to look at that thing. Look at that thing, Randy. I mean, it's coming alive. Is there a mustache competition at the Axe coming up?
Oh, February, when we have the Clarksville Major, I believe the Raging Axe is going to be the pre-party, so everybody get ready for that, too.
Get ready.
That's
we'll make big announcements for that.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot
Eli
of
is
fun.
his name, though, Bill, second place in
Eli.
juniors.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Next one here.
Bill meets his biggest fan.
I didn't.
Well, you met him
Derek
plenty of
messed that
times.
up. I know Jerry Stallions, but we had to put him on there. I saw him at Tupelo. He wanted a picture. I said we pop it up
Jerry
there, man.
was so excited. Dude, Dylan, get a picture. Dylan, me and Bill,
Dude,
get
I
a
love
picture.
it. I love it, man. I love
Oh.
Jerry. He's a good guy. He needs a new swing oil flask, though.
Mm.
I think he said he lost his or
I'm
something
not
like that.
surprised. I mean, that's not surprising at all.
That's Jerry. You know,
Yeah.
no big deal. And then, last but not least here.
Sebastian and Bear Paw, man, they get the double dip in Tupelo. We'll talk a little bit about Tupelo, but those games, those last 3 or 4 doubles games we watched, folks, were, I mean, everybody was on fire. But Sebastian and Gary Bear Paw, I mean, I don't know what they did, what they changed. They're throwing dead reckons. Bear Paw is throwing carpet bags, folks.
Bear Paw doesn't throw carpet
throwing them
bags.
better than any carpet bag player, dude. Like, it made no sense how well he was throwing those. and then Sebastian just found it. They played a game against Craig and Tyler, right?
Yeah.
And everybody threw over a 10 PPR. Everybody.
It was an insane game.
Yeah.
If you guys have not seen that, please go on the ACO YouTube and just look up. I think it was the last day, one of the last games too, one of the final.
Yeah, I think fourth place.
That was the final game, wasn't it?
No. They played Caleb and Riley.
Oh, okay, yeah, fourth place game.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah, did you see the shot reel at the beginning?
You were in there once or twice.
Yeah, I think you were in there twice, Sarah. We had you in the shot reel.
Sarah
if you did not see
weekend.
it, you could see it next week. No big deal. We had more winners. We had higher placements. Brock Beasley, Zach Rush, very high placements. Third in bracket, first in bracket, stuff like that. We just didn't have pictures of them, so we didn't get them up here, but we wanted to shout them out anyway. And we're going to talk about them in a minute anyway. So
let's get with it.
So no big deal. Let's go into announcements real quick. And I know I covered you with some of this, but I couldn't get it, perfect so we could actually read the thing while it was up there. And I don't even know if we need to read it. I just want to
cliff notes it, right? Amber Fretwell. So pretty much the ACO brings on a new role now. This is brand new. The ACO player, what is it? Player, it starts with an R. It's like PR, but it's players...
Player relations.
Yeah, player relations. So Amber's pretty much going to be handling players and COs and trying to grow different areas for the ACO. I like the addition. Literally, when I saw the name, I thought for a second, I like to do this, could I have thought of somebody better to fill this role? And so I thought as much as I could about everybody I knew, and I really couldn't think of somebody so vibrant, so competitive, also a great player, but just a really good person all the way around. And Amber Fretwell fits that bill to a T, as well as her whole family. Shane's awesome. The kids are awesome. They've got their boy playing in juniors nowadays. But really cool addition. We just wanted to highlight that since it just came out today.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk to her a bunch in Tupelo too, right?
Yeah.
So
love Amber. Yeah,
super awesome. I just want to say, Jack Harcrow, when you get in here or you rewatch this, Jerry, you missed it. I'm going back. I'm going back, Jerry. Look at this. Hold up.
Just take away that one.
Boom. What's up?
On the stream, Jerry.
Derek messed it up and put meets his, because we've met, dude. We're buddies. You know what I mean? But that's Derek. He doesn't know all these things. You know what I mean? But boom, we got it, dude. I told you I'd get you on there. We're on there, big dog. All right, let's go back to this real quick. So I just want to say, Jack Harcrow, if you come in here or you rewatch this, all of the complaints, boom, right here. Todd Gammon, all of the complaints. Boom. Amber Fretwell. Let's go. Send her a message. I heard she has like a little, what is it called? Suggestion box. She's going to make a brand new email. It's the ACO email. It'll be a suggestion box for her. Anything that players have issues with, fill her inbox, right?
Yeah, this is pretty much, instead of calling her, a player relation, it's really just Jack and Todd relations.
Right.
Jack and Todd could pretty much make the ACO perfect if they were allowed. If you gave them an endless cap and you gave Jack and Todd power as president and vice president of the ACO, we'd pretty much all be happy. We'd make a ton of money.
We know exactly where to stay and we know exactly where to play.
No small regionals, no small
Maybe
majors.
we do one combined segment, where to stay, where to play.
Where to stay, where to play. Jack and Todd.
I love it. I think it's good. All right, let's move on here. We got a lot of stuff to go through, so I want to make sure we go.
There's Jack. Y'all ain't lying.
Where it is. All right, I didn't mute the mic on that one. That was my fault. I should have muted the mic, but we never get that one right. I don't know why.
We need to put mute mic over there in the guy.
Yeah.
And then you would know. Jack, also, we might talk about your South Bend pick, but I think what we need to do is do it at least 2 weeks in advance anyhow, so the players can actually book at the places that Jack is saying they should book.
And maybe someday we'll get a sponsor. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe someday the Red Roof Inns, the best choices, the Motel Sixes. The Hojos. That's Howard Johnson's. Okay.
The Dragon Kings.
The Motel Sixes, stuff like that.
Yeah,
the good ones, though, not the bad ones. Although we're going to be talking about this in a minute, Jack. We're going to talk about this.
All right. The point chart, folks. So for CBC Family Picks, myself, Bill, and Phil make picks every week. Phil gets first pick, guys, on everything, and he has his own rules. He can pick the same player 16 times. It doesn't matter. But me and Bill go by a certain set of rules, which we'll highlight if there's any in here. We've been pretty good, actually, Bill, where we don't really pick any of the same most anymore.
Yeah, we try
very
not
often.
to. We try not to.
Especially if the major's big enough. Anybody can win. Basically, though, we go through the divisions, make a player pick. Here's how the points break down. If your player takes first, and this is in bracket, so multiple brackets, first in bracket is first place points, 10, second place 9, third place 8, fourth place 7. After that, the players begin to tie in the bracket. Fifth place 5, 7, 3, ninth 1. No participation trophies in CBC. Got to make a top 10 to earn any points around here.
All right, let's get to Tupelo.
Tupelo, women's. All right, women's was absolutely stacked. I do want to highlight, first of all, Sarah Yates for taking a third place.
Dude,
I mean,
Sarah, if you're still in here, Sarah, what a freaking showing, man.
What a showing.
You tore it up. Yeah, I mean, you absolutely tore it up, Sarah. I knew you had it in you, and I've seen you this year, and you went on some crazy runs. But this one takes the cake, man. You're freaking tearing it up. Congrats.
Yep. First place, Emma Jernigan. Absolute fire. She was great to watch her play. First time we've seen her play live.
Yep.
Very excited. Bill's new co-ed partner, possibly. She does throw carpet, so Bill was very excited about that. Second place, Amber Fretwell.
Amber Fretwell. Okay. My bad.
Bill, get on it, man.
I was talking to Chris Clark.
Yeah. What up, Chris? Sarah Yates third, Martina fourth, Kelsey 33rd. She was under the weather. I would like to change my pick, but I will not.
I just want you to. I want to know one thing about this though. In women's, how many people tie for 33rd?
Looks like 8.
8. Meaning, how many people were registered for that one?
I believe 42.
40 freaking 2 women came out. That's huge. That's really. I mean, that is huge for a women's division on a Friday where most people work and do things like that. I mean, that's absolutely massive. So Martina getting 4th, Amber getting 2nd there, Emma getting 1st. That's a stacked freaking field regardless. 3rd. And Sarah Yates taking 3rd. Absolutely crazy.
What up, Chris?
I know. Chris Clark, man. What's going on, dude? It's good to freaking see you, man. Look, South Bend, we were notified a little bit too late. Notified that we would have the opportunity to be able to stream, and we all already made, holiday plans and stuff like that. So there's, if it was a little bit earlier, man, I think we probably would have made it happen. Maybe
it's still tough because we're talking about we have
seven hours away,
and we have just now reset from Tupelo. I mean, we haven't even got count of our inventory since we've gotten back yet. Folks came home Sunday. Pretty much, I mean, got our clothes and stuff unpacked. You know what I mean? Monday, we made all the orders that came in over the weekend. Yesterday, we did more orders, and we did some, what did we do? Cut a bunch of fabric. You know what I mean? All this stuff has to happen, folks. We got to catch back up. Today, we have more orders to do, and
but we'd love to do back-to-back major, though, man. We'd love to.
It would just be tough. It would
you'd want to do it.
Well, I mean, if we had, Owensboro and Clarksville, we can make that happen, but we have 2 weeks between those. 1 week total off.
Somebody needs to tag Adam Gilbert. We need to get him in here because we got to talk about something later.
We might be 6 hours, Chris, because I think we're 5 hours to Indy. It's roughly 6, maybe a little less. Did you say 7?
It was 6:38. Maybe that was from Tupelo.
No, it'd be farther than that from Tupelo.
Okay.
But anyways, we would have loved to go. Just a little too late on the notice there for our liking. We like to make everything be crisp and ready, mentally ready. I mean, it takes a lot out of you guys. I'm not kidding. By about 5 p.m. in Tupelo on Saturday, we were feeling it. You know, we still streamed for another 5-6 hours.
Yeah,
after that.
I think we went 10 hours and something straight in those chairs with bathroom. I mean, those bathroom breaks. Nobody helped us out other than Keg on Saturday, and that was for like 20 minutes, and that was it. So,
and we're not saying we need a bunch of people to help us out. Well, we just buckle in and go.
Yeah.
It's just we're very passionate about it. We're getting great games. You're talking singles main, doubles main. It's the best stuff.
But if you ask us these things, like if you ask us, would you do South Bend? It hurts to say no. It really hurts to say no. I mean, about a week earlier, I think if we were asked, we'd do it. We would have made something happen.
The good thing is, we have all day off tomorrow, so it would have been a bit easier for us as a major, But I don't know, would you pick South Bend over Tupelo, And I'd say no. I mean, it's just,
Tupelo was fun, man. That was
Tupelo
my first
great.
time there. That was a lot of
Drinks
fun.
were cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
That's something, dude. Tupelo drinks, awesome.
$3 beers is crazy at a major.
Crazy at places
cheap.
like that
Yeah.
compared to anywhere else I've been. I mean, I've seen like $6 stuff, which
$5 is decent.
isn't terrible. Yeah. $5 that's probably the money spot. If I were to run one, it'd be about $5 a beer.
What were mixed drinks, Bill? Did you get any mixed drinks?
I didn't get any.
I
no.
want to say they were like $6.
Well, if they actually made a mix, I did ask them about that because I was like, hey, how much for makers on the rocks? And they said, well, mixed drinks are $10. I was like, yeah, but what about makers on the rocks? And they did discuss over pouring a lot. They definitely didn't have the 1 ounce measurements on there.
That lady poured heavy, and I remember she was there last year. I remember you. You know, and she's like, I've been here for 2 years. You know, been getting after it.
For $10, I think I could have had a full cup of makers on the rocks.
All right, Bill. Let's get into seniors. First place, Daryl Macon, man, with the double dip, and it was awesome to watch Daryl Macon take that field down. He played absolutely fantastic. Bill loves his throw. It was great.
He said he believes it's from bowling, but I don't know how you wrap your arm around your body like that.
Doesn't it go like up here, kind of?
Well, he does the chicken wing a little bit and then kind of spins it around. It's weird, man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
He's got the chicken wing.
Johnny Thomas takes second. Scott Burridge third. Carl Stanger fourth. Mick and Ken Goodhue tie for fifth.
So I do want to highlight one thing about this. Wonderful players, all of them. If we were a week in the past for like 2 majors, I would have so many more points than I do right now, and I'm blaming it on Mick Hogg. So Kayla, I know you're in here, and Eric Hoppy, you may be in here too. And you were there the night that I picked Mick Hogg, and you told him. I think it made him nervous. I really do. I picked him for first. He came out like last or something like that, maybe 17th. The next weekend, I believe he won it or it came out second. I mean, it was
something
crazy.
Like that.
So Mick Hogg, he's coming back.
Jack, we're trying to figure out Alabama State on December 9th. It's also a decent movement.
We are.
What up, Pagel? What up, brother? All right, juniors, Bill. Mason Higgins takes it down with arguably one of the best shots we've ever seen in Cornhole, guys. It was in the shot reel. We saw an airmail drag and one. And if you want to get technical, an airmail drag scorpion.
It was in the shot
and
reel.
One. I mean, because the bag scorpion to the back kicked off Jace's bag while dragging the bag in the front. It was, absolutely disgusting. Jace Thompson takes second place.
It was in the shot reel.
It was in the shot reel.
It was in there. If you guys didn't see it, look at it next week or rewatch to be able to see that small part because it was one of the best shots in Cornhole that I've seen.
Yeah, also Cornhole Noob posted it on his YouTube. If you guys want to look out there, Cornhole Noob,
he did.
Great dude. Jeff Mallett.
Yep.
Awesome guy. Awesome guy.
He
Check out his YouTube.
Phenomenal. Yeah. Jeff Mallett, YouTube. He dabbles between ACL and ACO. But he was trying to come down to Tupelo, couldn't make it. He also has like some outdoor fishing channels, stuff like that. He's a good guy, man. He's a really good guy.
Jace Thompson takes second, Bill.
Okay.
Bryce Jefferson third. We did it right.
Hey, we did it right because I got a third.
No, because we
is that what you're
second,
saying?
third, Bill.
Bryce, good freaking throwing.
Parker Burgett fourth. John Curtis and Spencer Garner take fifth. Hometown John Curtis, man. John Curtis is a killer, folks.
I love it.
All right, co-ed, Bill. Co-ed had some gnarly matches.
I think I placed here, right?
Ashley and Craig win it. Martina and Russell take second. Carla Williams, Tommy Hubick, what is showing for them? Third place. Kelsey Heitert, Daryl Macon, fourth. Devin Weissman, Erica Weisman, fifth. Kennedy Meineke, Robert Thompson, fifth. Megan and Chase, seventh.
I did. I placed.
Douglas and Lisa, ninth.
Yes.
Amber and Shane, 13th. We did terrible there, folks. Really,
I did. What are you talking about, man? Chase and Megan, I got 3 points. I'm the winner.
3 points.
I'm the winner.
Oh, that's co-ed, folks. Doubles, my team did not make the main bracket. So, Bill, just give me whatever you'd like. Whatever you'd like. What did you give me? 33rd. That was kind of... I thought you'd do like a 99th or something crazy.
That's crazy. I do want to talk about this for a minute.
Dude,
I don't know.
So stacked.
Yeah, the tournament ridiculously stacked. I don't know the bracket or who they ran into initially or anything like that. But Zach Rush and DJ Long not making the main bracket. I mean, that is...
I mean, they've never played together. I don't know what bag they settled on.
Right,
but,
that is
But both
a
of them have
things.
thrown a multitude of our bags. I mean, both of them have thrown, everything that we have, just about.
Right.
So for them to not be able to settle on a bag and play and get out of pool play is very surprising, but it is what we like about Cornhole because it shows that no matter how good of a player
You're
are,
absolutely right.
whoever teams
Any
up,
tournament,
it does not guarantee anything.
And this could have been one of those times that's like, hey, I had a bad game and I had a bad game, or I'm not feeling right, or just something wasn't jibing between the two.
And I don't like, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, like because these are our guys, But sometimes the chemistry of a doubles team isn't perfect. You know what I mean? And the way you play and the way you interact might not be. I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't think that's what happened.
We would
Zach and
say
DJ
the
love each other.
exact same thing if Caleb and Isaac didn't make the main bracket.
Right,
We would say
Riley
the
and
exact
Caleb
same thing.
Rogers. I mean, Craig and Tyler.
We'd be
like any
I-
of these people.
and
how?
you would pick them, and you'd
Right.
just be like, I can't believe it.
Right. Just something was off that day, those few games, So, I don't know. Thanks, Pego. That's my dog right there. He said, ordered some nice bags on short notice and killed it with the CBC bags. Big shout out to you boys for pushing out some quality products.
Hey,
That's my guy, man.
thanks, Alex, man. Appreciate it, brother.
That was my platoon sergeant in Korea, Bill.
Oh, that's where you started playing. You've told me these stories.
I have good stories. Good
Hey,
stories.
can you just tell me what Sebastian and Bear Paw
Bill,
ended up?
Don't do this. Don't do this. Bear Paw and Seabass, take it down, folks.
Let's go.
Let's go with the Dairy Queen double dip ice cream sandwich. Come on, boys. Come on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Throwing the CBC Dead Reckons, man. Caleb and Riley take second place. And, man, they threw gas as well. I love watching Caleb and Riley play, but I also love watching our boys put it on them.
It was awesome.
And that's not
I know.
That's not me trying to be mean, man. But Caleb and Riley, they are one of the best teams in the world for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
No arguments about it. And they
Yeah.
were playing fantastic. If anybody who watched those two games just saw Sebastian
Crazy.
and Bear Paw on a whole nother level, folks. And
Sebastian, I don't believe, missed an airmail. The entire every time he went up, he was just hitting it, and later on in the games, he wasn't shooting them anymore. And I don't know if that was in his head, I've hit so many, maybe I just shouldn't shoot it,
No
and I'm
luck
trying to
right
roll.
now, yeah.
But dude, he hit every. It was insane. One of the best games I've seen.
yeah, absolutely. Let me get third place, Rick and Mick, man. Love to see Rick and Mick up there in the podium. Oh, that's my boy Callie. What up, Callie? Yeah, mustache is coming in hot, dude.
Dude, Craig,
My friends are in here.
Craig, you missed the SHOT Show. You were on the SHOT Show.
Yeah,
Craig,
you're gonna have to tune in next week.
tell me what you think about playing against Bear Paw, man. When you went for that block,
man.
and then he shot four airmails in a row.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, the next round that you guys had bags, I was like, you think he's gonna block again? Dude, that was insane, man.
Tyson, these are picks for Tupelo last week. We're gonna get into picks here for a second in South Bend. And spoiler alert, I did take the Beaver, son. I did take the Beaver. So don't talk too soon, Tyson. Come on.
Oh man, here we go.
All right, wait up. Where was I at? Rick and Mick take third. Tyler and Craig take fourth. Seth Turner, Sean Anderson fifth. Mason Higgins, Cody Pierce. Cody Pierce, guy. This guy's throw. I'm not kidding, folks.
Dude.
I can't even get my arm as far up on. This guy could grab his own man bun, dude. That's how far up. He chicken winged himself every throw.
Dude, it was a crazy chicken. Yeah, it was. It was like a broken chicken wing, though. That's how far back it was. It was crazy.
It was nuts.
Tyler Amos in here. What's going on,
Hey,
dude?
and we'll get
Dude,
to Tyler in a
Craig
second.
and Tyler, if you guys didn't see the SHOT Show at the beginning, I believe we got both you guys on it. So make sure you guys see the beginning portion of the stream. If not, tune in next week, man. We got you guys on there.
Dude, where is singles bracket A? It's not even giving it to me, Bill. But DJ Long took 33rd, so moving into singles, folks. And this is crazy. DJ Long takes 33rd. Bear Paw, folks, in bracket B takes 13th. Okay, but something I want to say. He threw a 10.61 over 70 rounds, folks, and goes 2-2. What?
That's crazy. It is crazy.
He played against Matt Arseneau, who threw an 11.14, and then he threw against Bryce, who threw a 10.83.
And I do want to mention that Arseneau is the guy that Rush told us about a few weeks ago. In PCB, he said, hey, watch out for this guy. He's insane. He just doesn't go to majors. And he went there. It's crazy. Arsene threw legit. What did Sebastian get?
I don't know. If he was in bracket A, I can't even tell
know.
you.
I know I got points.
Was he in bracket A? Bill, I don't have a bracket A in Cornhole. I'm not kidding. What do you want from me?
Are you serious?
What do you want from me?
Was he in bracket A? We streamed.
Look at this.
We streamed bracket A.
I know. I don't see him in here. Was he in bracket B?
9th.
Oh, I'll just go to my post.
There he is. That's what I'm talking about,
9th.
Sebastian.
Okay.
I know
right.
I've placed
9th in bracket.
That's
All
what
right,
I'm
but
talking
4
about.
singles, folks. So 4 brackets. The 4 bracket winners were Johnny Thomas, Tyler Amos, our guy Brock Beasley, and Mason Higgins.
Yep.
Right? Those were the people, the 4 bracket winners, okay? And then it went into the playoff. Brock played Tyler. Tyler beat Brock. Johnny played Mason. Mason lost. Tyler played Mason. Beat Mason 21-0. Then came up, double dip Johnny Thomas for the win. Tyler Amos gets the dub in ACO Major Tupelo. I mean, impressively. We didn't get to watch.
No, and that's the thing. I do want to
sucked.
talk about that just for a second, because we had doubles. Look, the tournament.
I'm glad it went the way it did.
The tournament was ran smooth. There were so many people. We could have been there till probably 2 a.m. And nobody wants to hold games. Because most players are like, okay, it's time for me to play. I don't want to wait 2 more hours just to be on that center court. And since we already had doubles going on, they played 1 game in that singles championship, right? Or one of the final games in there anyway.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, we have a choice to either break down and be done or move them from the boards that they are already playing on to play game 2 of that. Yeah, and nobody wants to do that. If you're playing on those boards and you just get used to those boards, there's no way that I'm gonna, you know what I mean? That either of us would ever argue to say, hey, bring them to the center court. It's just, I don't know. I don't think they would like it. I know if I was in that position, which I probably never will be, I won't like it either.
Yeah, I agree. Bill, for these, I know Jacob took 13th. I think Larry took 25th, and Dan didn't make the main bracket.
Well, wait. 25th here?
Yeah.
Dan took first.
No, that was tier 3, Bill. But congratulations, Dan.
Hey, Dan. I'll pick you again, brother. It's no big deal.
But yeah, folks, I mean, we had doubles going, and the singles playoff was still to go. Every single person in the singles playoff was also very deep in the doubles bracket.
Yeah.
So there became a point where we decided to do double. Well, I mean, we as in the ACO, which Johnny Box did a great job all weekend. Great job all weekend. Great communication. Tournament ran smooth. But after singles bracket winners, we went to doubles instead of doing the singles playoff, which I was fine with. We had to get doubles was already going, and it was behind because of those 4 players anyhow. And we went and did doubles, and then came back and did some singles playoffs, and then moved through doubles, and then finished singles playoffs. So there was a little bit of back and forth there. I'm not going to say I hated how it went.
Yeah.
You know, if we would have done everything on center court, we would have been there, like Bill said, till 1 or 2 in the morning.
Some people got held up in doubles. I mean, that's really what it is. And there were obviously a lot of the top people held up in their first games in single. It just took a bit. But I don't think, I was sitting there thinking about it, like, how could you run this more efficiently? I don't think there was a way to run it more efficiently than what they did.
And I think the way Johnny did it was a different technique that I don't think we've seen before personally, right? Usually ran out a whole bracket and then went into the next one. But then we see that, multiple sides of a doubles bracket could be way behind, and then that slowed down and people sit for hours. And so I completely understood. I liked that we tried it a different way. And I don't think it was a failure. I think it was just different.
Especially if you have somebody like Tyler Amos throwing singles. Like, the dude gets so locked in. I would hate to sit there and see, like, the first starting game, Tyler Amos Bear Paw.
Yeah.
They wouldn't miss. They would both just go down the middle. It would be so... I'm not saying I wouldn't hate, but the first game starting out rather than, like, way farther in the bracket, that game could take 30 to 40 minutes in itself.
Yeah. I mean, Jack said, look what Jack said. Tupelo 2 years ago ended around 4 a.m. And I'm sure it was the same amount of players. Yeah. I mean, I think there are 40 courts in there for nearly 300 players.
There are more than 40.
No
I think
joke.
there were over 50.
boards. I
I
talked to Johnny
thought there was
Box. I think
50.
he said somewhere around 40.
Okay, all right. That may
But
have been.
it's
I
still
just saw
50.
the first row was like 23, 24.
Okay.
So somewhere around there, and then they had
our
2
court,
rows,
and then match
and
the
then
other side.
that's
Right.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why. But I don't know.
Yeah.
You may
I
be
mean, I
right.
think it ran as smooth as it could. We were out the doors, 11:30?
Yeah, I believe it was around 11:30. Yeah, we had to pack up. We're always the last to leave.
We were
other than
literally.
part of the ACO crew, but I think they literally locked the doors and we were still there.
Yeah,
Backing up the car.
I
So,
even went
yeah.
back in after they locked the doors to do,
Yeah.
a quadruple check, which is what we do, man. If we leave something behind, you never know.
Dang, Craig got in the car 40:35-ish. Yikes! Yeah, that
was 2 years
they
ago.
Did good.
Yeah,
they did good. Okay, let's go to South Bend.
all right, yeah. Let's
The
get
picks are
going.
about to pop up. Here they come. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Zach Rush, you did phenomenal. Brock Beasley, you did phenomenal.
Chase
Both
Puckett.
you, Chase Puckett, absolutely phenomenal. Got me plied on it.
Sebastian.
It was only people that were mentioned on here.
Yeah.
That's all I was
It's hard to
saying,
do
is
5
that people
bracket
weren't-
winners.
Chase obviously did phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, Megan Puckett had a 7th place in her bracket. A great single showing.
Yeah.
I mean, I made a post the other day. You know what I mean? Or CBC made a post, guys. CBC is its own entity. But made a post of all the winners, and how our people did in the main bracket. It was outstanding, folks, how many players we had throwing CBC.
Yeah.
We were actually a little overwhelmed when we saw that we had 8 Bagmasters teams, guys.
I thought there were 7.
And maybe 7. Yeah, I think you're right. But, I mean, there's a lot of people like OTT and IMF, and they always have, 5, 6, 8, 10 teams.
Well,
we
we've
usually
seen
have
like 15 of
yeah,
them before.
we usually have like 1 or 2 teams, maybe 3. So in Tupelo, for us to see us have 7 teams was really cool, man. And I do want to give a big shout out in Tupelo just real quick to Greg Scott and John Scott and Matthew Keg, who held down our bag booth for us while we streamed, man. We did our best to bounce in and out. We wanted to have both, but Greg Scott, our bag rep, and his brother, and then Matt Keg just stepping up and asking, like, hey, can I help out?
Yeah.
And we go, man, if
They
you
all
could sit at
helped
the
out.
booth, I'd really appreciate it. He goes, you got it, no problem. And
Yeah.
I think he sold a couple sets of bags, man, Keg did. But, I mean, if anything, he was there, and he was helping
And we
us
got
out.
we got Keg streaming. Dude, Keg did a phenomenal job streaming. I came home, my wife's like, who was that you had out there? I'm like, that's Keg. She's like, oh. And she's like, well, he did freaking awesome. So we're excited. We're going to get him back in there again. I think it'll be a good break time and stuff like that for you and me to be able to have people like that to hop in, it's super nice. But yeah, Greg Scott, John Scott, 4 Bags Cornhole. We appreciate you guys, man. We really do.
Yeah, and thank you to everybody who bought a hoodie, bought a shirt, bought a hat, bought a set of bags. I mean, the continued support that we're receiving, like I said, is overwhelming sometimes. You know what I mean? We're very blessed. And I just wanted to thank everybody that was there because we felt that. As me and Bill, literally we're going to take bathroom breaks and everybody's like, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? You're doing great. This and that. And it's like, we can't talk right now, but I love you. Like
tough,
that's just
man.
what you want to be able
It
to
is
say.
tough.
You just want to be able to give it that to them with your eyes because you don't want to have to stop and talk. Thank you. I love you. I gotta go.
I am mad at Jack Harcrow.
Oh no.
You didn't say hi, man. I don't even
I
think
talked to Harcrow.
I don't even think I do. Yeah, but I didn't even get to talk to him. I didn't even see him, man.
He doesn't like you.
He was at the Red Roof Inn the whole damn time.
Yeah,
all
he
right,
was
South
cooking hot
Bend.
dogs.
Let's go. We're
What
in
up,
South
Nate?
Bend now.
Yeah, Tommy said the booth is breaking my account. Yeah,
Come
Tommy,
on,
big supporter, dude. All right. Phillips taking women's absolute stack bill. 52 women. How crazy is that? 52 right now.
Huge,
Nuts.
dude. Huge for ladies.
Phil taking Kim Dice. What up, Bryce?
Bryce, what's going on, man?
Bryce, good throwing this weekend, brother. I think Bryce took 4th in his bracket, man. Bryce
Did he?
threw absolute gas.
Oh,
Bryce,
yeah,
I think,
yeah.
Bryce has 3 or 4 top 5 finishes right now. I believe he's sitting at 2nd in the world, technically, in points right now for world singles. Very proud of the player that Bryce is becoming. Throwing really well on the boards.
He is, man. I don't remember the last time I lost to him, though.
I haven't played him since he got good.
I'm just joking, Bryce. That you can
man.
beat me any day. Hey, let's go practice sometime, Bryce, okay?
Yeah, Bryce, show me how to play, man. All right, Phil takes Kim Dice. I'm taking the Queen of Cornhole, Josie Claire. You're taking Martina Bell. We also have Josephina Ernsberger in here, Kennedy Meineke, and many others. I can't name them all, folks. Amber Thompson, Christy Claire, Deborah Smith. I mean, there are a multitude of ladies in this field that could do damage. Ashley Irvin, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Craig and Ashley won co-ed. Did I miss that? Oh, no, I talked about
we
it.
got that.
He's talking about
no,
this weekend.
but it's his pick.
He was standing at the urinal, not the best place to chit-chat.
I seen you one time. You were standing. Yeah, that's true. Well, we're gonna talk about that here in a little bit.
Bill
when
stands
we start talking
really
about
close to the urinal. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right.
Let's
Seniors.
get going.
Phil's got Tony Pena. I'm taking Mick, man. Mick's been throwing great the last few weeks, especially in seniors. Bill, Bob Heil, your guy. Where is Bob? Where's Bob? That's
Bob's
another segment. Where's Bob?
Yeah, Bob's not in here. We need to figure out yeah, exactly. All the, we need Bob.
Yeah. A ton of seniors in this field. I believe 32, Bill. I mean, absolutely stacked, and there's many more names that we'll get into.
Tony Pena, that's a good
monster.
pick. That's a great pick. Yeah,
Monster.
I didn't notice his pick until right now. Tony Pena, he's awesome. I like that guy. Daryl Macon, what's going on,
We've
dude?
already said a lot of good things about you, brother.
Yeah, brother. We had you on the Shot Show at the very beginning of the episode, though. If you didn't see it, tune in next week, man. You'll see it early on.
Or play this back when we get off live. Play it back in the beginning, guys. If you didn't see it in the beginning, there's about a 3-minute clip of all of the best shots. I mean, almost all of the best shots. We couldn't fit them all in there.
Yeah, there were more, but we couldn't fit them all.
Multitude of players on there. We tried to get as many different players as we possibly could, but 3 minutes of great shots in the beginning of this video. So go back and watch that, guys.
And if you didn't see it, there is one shot, I think it's early on in the video, where it's an airmail drag and one.
From Mason Higgins.
It's one of the best shots I've ever seen in Cornhole. Mason Higgins shot it. Maybe we'll play that at the very, very end. That way, you guys, they can watch it again, and we'll sign off after it.
All right, juniors, Brock Beasley for Bill and for Phil. I'm taking Bryce. But Brock is such a good pick, guys. And we didn't talk about this. Brock takes first in his bracket, right, in
Tupelo.
And then
ACL.
Sunday, that's what I was going to say. Sunday goes to the Memphis Open, signs up for, which Dustin told me he thinks he accidentally signed up for advanced instead of open singles, but still plays advanced singles in ACL Open Memphis and takes first in his bracket there, second overall. Brock Beasley is on an absolute tear, folks, and baseball season's over, and if anybody remembers, Brock Beasley gets hot right about now. Last year, Tupelo, I think he took third in his bracket and then went on a tear. I mean, once Brock ends baseball, he gets real serious about cornhole. And we haven't seen him for, the last couple months, right? He kind of plays a little bit here and there, but nothing crazy, no majors. And now you're about to start seeing him, and the way he played on Saturday that we saw, he's phenomenal, folks.
He beat Drew Waking. Yeah, I mean, he beat a lot more people, but he beat Drew Waking also. And Drew is one of those guys that is always a contender that you would pick in any... Like, it is a very safe pick to pick Drew Waking.
Yeah.
He beat him.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Noah Dennis, I know you're in juniors, and I know we said we pick you after Worlds or something like that, or maybe after Cincinnati, but Noah, Bryce and Brock are throwing so good, you got to prove me wrong. I'm going with the Phil talk right there.
Woo! Really? Noah, I saw a post about you today, man. Up in Kentucky, there was an article written, and
Bullitt County.
You were in there, brother.
Noah's awesome, dude.
I'm gonna pick you here soon, brother. Okay.
What up, Jimmy? What up, Dustin?
We got Co-ed. I got Kim and Chad.
Great pick. I mean, Kim and Chad are always consistent.
Solid.
Great
they play
players.
a lot all the time. They're always on top of their game. They're just consistent. I like them. I pick them.
I got Martina and Russell. Phil has Josie and Braden. So something I want to say here is none of us pick Ashley and Craig after they win Tupelo. My thing with not picking them is I'm a superstitious guy, right? I've played baseball for too long to where I don't think a lot of people ever win back-to-back. It's rare. I mean, in cornhole even, how often do we see anybody win any division back-to-back majors? Are Craig and Ashley capable? Absolutely. Absolutely. And will they probably finish in the top 3 to top 5? Absolutely. I mean, I don't think there's a doubt there in my mind. But I'm trying to pick who will win. Martina and Russell held the royal seat and got double dipped. Right? Do I ever think that happens again? No. Do I think it happens back-to-back weekends? Definitely not. And that's why my money is on Martina and Russell.
Dude, Josie and Braden Earls, man. Easterling.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Sometimes I drink a little too much here. Braden Easterling, Josie Claire. Dude, if I had first pick, I believe I would probably pick Josie Claire. In women's or whatever. Yeah. And to have that in co-ed with Braden Easterling, she is the most aggressive female in the game, right? We don't know any other females that are as aggressive as Josie.
No, definitely not.
Open board airmails. You hang a bag. Even if a block is hanging in the hole, it's a freaking airmail. It's absolutely insane. If you guys have never seen Josie, watch her freaking play. It is crazy.
She is the queen of cornhole right now.
David Penny Jones. Any Black Friday deals? Thanks. We actually talked about this, David.
I'll let you talk through it, Bill. This was.
Can I talk through this?
Yeah.
Okay. This is my deal. We don't like to discount bags. Number one.
Unless there's multiple sets bought, or we'll throw something in if you're somebody who's a multiple offender. I might say a multiple bag buyer.
We like to keep it the exact same the entire time. The only day that we have ever, and that I believe we will ever, just because it's 100% veteran-owned company, is Memorial Day. That is literally the only day that we ever discount bags for the year. I don't like to do that because then people may wait for something and this and that, and for that discount also, we also do new designs and things like that specifically for Memorial Day. But David, send us a message on our Facebook and let's talk, dude.
Yeah, let's talk, David. You bought some bags. You're a good dude. Like I said,
I'm not saying we haven't discounted bags for specific people, but we don't advertise anything like that whatsoever. Only because Memorial Day is the day that I think we've all agreed upon.
We take it serious.
Is the only day that we do something like that. So just throwing that out there, brother. I appreciate that question, though.
You just said, I'll meet you in Bowling Green and save you shipping. There's the bag man right there doing work.
Yep.
All right, folks, let's move on. Co-ed, though, I do like Josie and Braden. The only thing is we haven't seen Josie and Braden play since Cincinnati, right? So you never know, folks. This all factors into our minds. It probably doesn't matter that much, but
I don't think so. With Josie, I don't think so. Josie's a freaking monster, dude.
Yeah, dude, she's a beast. Absolute beast. In the doubles, Bill, I really like Phil's pick here. And like you said, folks, Phil picks first, but he takes pretty much the hometown team here, right? One of the closest teams. Well, I've got Matt and Todd, who are also close, but TJ and Steve, a great team. TJ, as you talk about Josie being one of the most aggressive females, Josie being the most aggressive, TJ may be the most aggressive male player.
I agree. I would love to see those two team up at some point in co-ed.
Gosh, son.
That would either be the absolute best game in the world or what are we watching? Yeah. It could go either way, but that would be insane.
Yeah, big risk reward players right there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Noah and Swink are playing together this weekend and said you're ready to prove them wrong. I love it.
Swink, yeah, you guys were both on that post, man. That's awesome, dude.
I'm taking Matt and Todd. I really like Matt and Todd. A lot of places they play, I think for some reason they're underrated. I don't know why. Their finishes prove they've been a top 20 team at least 2 years in a row. I think they're one of the best teams in the world, and I think they don't have to travel far. I think they're feeling like this is their tournament to start the year, and they're going to play well. I really believe that. Todd's fired up about regionals, so if he sees Jack, if Jack was there, if he saw Jack, it could throw him off, but luckily Jack doesn't travel that far north, so Todd should be pretty zoned in.
Jack, oh man.
I just imagine Jack and Todd in a room together just having a conversation.
Dude, we all four need to have an interview with those two, and we can ask any question we want.
Oh, and they can ask any question they want.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
It'd be like a couple of raccoons,
It'd be fun. It'd be fun. I got Brandon Earls, man.
Earls and Darren Zastro, man.
I saw him sitting there on the list, and I was just like, man, these two. Jack, Jesus, Todd's here. Okay.
Oh, Todd. Come on, dude.
Brandon Earls, we saw him the week before Tupelo. What was that one?
What are you talking about? We saw him in Cincinnati, going hard.
No, but we saw him the week before also, going hard. Was it Atlantic City?
Atlantic City.
I believe it was. Dude, Brandon Earls is coming online, and that dude, he's 2-2 with Caleb Hurt right now.
Yeah.
Right, and before Atlantic City, he was 2-1 with Caleb Hurt.
Yeah.
Throwing B3 bags, right? Andy, shout out for
Fatals.
Andy, man.
B3 Fatals, I think.
And that's a shout out for Andy because. Man, that kid knows how to throw.
Yeah, Andy and B3, man, they're awesome people, man. I just want to give a shout out to Andy, dude. Andy helps us out. You know what I mean? He's been great for CBC. You
could say that he inspired us to, start, working in this industry anyway too.
Well,
a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, he helped.
Yeah.
I mean, a mentor, I would almost say.
Yeah.
That's
true.
His YouTube helped us a ton. Singles, Bill. I really like Bill's pick here the most. Bill, talk through your pick real quick.
So Brock Beasley, I saw him in Tupelo the day after he goes to an ACL tournament. We already talked about this. I mean, he takes number 1 in his bracket, plays advanced singles and ACL, takes number 1 in his bracket. He's on fire. I don't know what to say. I have to pick Brock Beasley. He's going to tear people up, man. He's throwing the elixirs. Yeah. So in Tupelo, if nobody knows, in Tupelo, this dude wins his... The day before, he takes my personal set of bags, my impacts that I've been working on.
I was just playing, yeah.
I've been working on these things for months, right? I slowed them down. I mean, they're beautiful. They're perfect. I absolutely loved them. And he's like, he throws them down and back a couple times. He's like, I absolutely love these. They're so easy to roll. They're the best. He asked me for them. I said, absolutely not. He won his bracket. I brought him over to him and handed him to him.
Oh, crap. You're right.
They're his.
Change my pick.
No, don't be doing
No, look,
that.
it's on the paper. Look at the paper.
Oh, man.
Give me Beaver. No, now it says Bryce Beaver. Okay. My pick was wrong in the computer, but the paperwork is what tells the true story. Beaver. I did Tyson. Thank you. Where's it at? Look in the middle, right there. Look, right there. Dylan, Beaver. No X's out or nothing. Beaver. I had him. Devin Thompson, the real deal. I mean, he won juniors in Cincinnati. He's a freaking beast.
Okay, back to Brock anyway.
I'm sorry.
I'm just joking. We can move on from that. I just know Brock is going to throw so good in singles that I'm happy with the pick regardless of how he does.
Brock is on another level, man. He's hitting some great his airmails are disgusting. His roll bag is on point. But to Bill talking about giving his own bags away, which this is crazy, folks. Bill, I don't know how he does it because I probably couldn't give away my personal set. And I've shipped off a couple of his sets to other people, I just get rid of them.
He does. Sets that I've been working on for a month, he'll ship them off.
I've been grooming you, I think. To where you're just used to getting your bags. Here you
Carbon
go.
bags take at least 3.5 to 4 weeks to break in. 3.5 and that's what I throw right now. So I get these things crazy broken in. Somebody picks them up and throws them. They're just like, oh man, these are perfect. I'm like, yeah, no shit. I've been throwing them for about a month, and then they want them. So it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. But Brock threw those things, dude. He hit a couple of roll bags, building this down. The first round he throws them, I put up blockers because I got to show him what your bags can do.
Okay, yeah.
And he hits one roll. Somehow I hit a flop on top where I'm stacked on top of my own bag, and this thing starts turning into a mountain, right? And Brock rolls one, and it climbs the mountain, dude, and rolls. And he looks at me, and he just looks like he's seen a ghost, dude. And I'm like, yeah, those are Bill's bags, dude. Those things do some work. And he goes, I need these. And I go, I'll talk to the man.
He won if he didn't win his bracket, I probably wouldn't have given him one.
He won it immediately.
Immediately.
Bill goes, you like those? He goes, yeah.
I hope he throws them. I hope he does.
Nothing yet, Bryce. We're about to talk about your Bill's passion pick. We'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah.
All right, you got Brock. The guy we already talked about, Brandon Earls, man on fire. I mean, this is, I think, his rookie pro season, I believe. He's a beast, dude. He's on fire. I don't see anybody in this field that could stop him besides maybe your pick, Bill, and maybe Phil's pick, But there's also Matt Gammon. Nobody picked Matt Gammon. I always like to talk about Matt Gammon because he's like an Austin Thomason. You don't think about him because he's so quiet.
Yep.
His gameplay is nothing fancy. He's going to throw regularly down the middle. He's going to hit his pushes. He's going to hit his airmails most of the time.
Yep.
Yep,
exactly.
But it's nothing where there's no pump up. There's no crazy roll bags. There's no, you know what I mean? He's just he's good at the fundamentals.
It's like a rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just freaking right. You're solid.
Yeah.
Absolutely solid.
It's Austin Thomason and people like Matt Gammon, Todd Gammon, Jack Harcrow.
Yep.
They're not fancy players, right? They're really good at the fundamentals.
But they all show you that you don't have to be flashy. You don't have to be crazy. You don't have to be anything. You don't need
Gary
every
Bearpaw.
shot in the book.
Yeah.
Exactly. Gary Bearpaw, same way. You don't need to do a penguin or a crazy
Bar soap,
inside-out cut shot or reverse cut or you don't have to do those things to be super successful in this game. And one of the absolute tops. So, no, I definitely agree with that. Bryce King, you're my passion pick, big dog. I picked you for South Bend. That's why you're in here. You got tagged for this. Do work for me, brother.
Yeah, and Phil takes Drew Waking, and Drew Waking, another player who doesn't do anything fancy. Right. I mean, he's running fast, sloppy bags down the middle. Jack Harcrow, what is a penguin? Jack, this is hard to tell you.
Jack, I was gonna put this in here today. I'm gonna look it up on the side as we get into Family Feud.
Did you not? I've explained this to you before, but
no, Creek Killer threw 2 of them in a row.
Oh, yeah, I put you on the penguin, and now you love
it.
No,
it's insane. You keep talking.
Passion picks. Bill's got Bryce King. Bryce had a great showing in Atlantic City. I believe he took second in his bracket. Bill, is that correct? I believe Bryce King took second in his bracket in Atlantic City. Was his big showing for a major. Bryce is almost local to us, man. A great guy, great player. We met him at Game of Throws, and he's freaking awesome. I'm taking Ricky Evans. Ricky Evans, almost local. He plays around the Hoppin' Jans 270 Cornhole area. Ricky Evans is the man, dude. He's hooked me up with some fireball shots. He's a great freaking dude, and I love him as a pick. I also want to talk real quick about Ricky Evans playing with Chris Norris in doubles, and Chris Norris also being a great passion pick if y'all are marking your own down ever. We should get the fans interactive sometime, Bill, where they like make their own picks and send them in too.
I know. It'd be
but then
cool
family picks will be super long too. You know, we'd have to have 2 days a week doing freaking podcasts. Phil takes Scott Beck. Scott Beck, always solid. I'm not sure if Bill, where are you, dude? You are deep.
You keep going with this. I told the folks at home I am gonna find this.
Scott Beck, great pick, man. He's a seniors player, and he could also take down the seniors pick. Here you go.
What? No, you watch this. You watch this.
Okay.
And then we're gonna pull it over there. You're gonna see what a penguin is.
This is a perfect setup.
Bink?
There. Oh,
Bink?
Oh my gosh.
Dude, is that not the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life?
How do we get this on? How do we pull this up right now?
We're gonna pull it up right over here.
All right, folks.
Jack Harcrow, you stay here.
Take a look.
This.
Make your phone bigger. Get your eyeballs close to that phone. Jack, pay attention.
Are you freaking ready for this? A penguin.
All right, wait up. Let's tell them real quick.
Yeah, talk about it. Build it up. Build it up.
So there's 2 blockers in front, the black and red bags. In front of those is Creek Killer's bag on the slick side. Yes, on the slick side. On the back side would be 2 opponents' bags. He's obviously set this up to practice this shot. What he's going to try to do here, folks, is throw the bag nose down. I mean, a perfect spin, a ton of spin rate.
He doesn't even throw a crazy nose down, but he lands
going
right
at the bag, and then it picks up that. And just watch.
Jack, you are going to see this bag right here pop over these 2, plus the bag in his hand, go in the hole, and then he does a little extra with the end, too. I don't think you need to do all that crap.
It actually might have make the penguin easier because it gives it a backboard.
Here we go.
It's still sick.
Here we go. Hopefully. Yeah, here we go. Oh my gosh. How do you do that?
One more time, Bill. One more time for the viewers.
100 shots to hit that thing, right?
Dude, it's disgusting. But that, folks, if you don't know what a penguin is, that's what it is.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Crazy freaking shot.
All right, Bill. Hit the button for Family Feud. Lock the picks in for South Bend. Let's go, folks.
Let me lock them in,
Good luck, everybody. Good freaking luck, man. We wish we could make it up. I swear, folks. If we had more notice, I'm telling you right now, we would do our best to make it up there. At the time, we'd already made family plans. You know, you can't go against family plans. We are faith family 4-baggers, right? 4-baggers is last in the 3 things. So, family first, folks. Let's go.
No, there was something that I missed. I'm sorry that I'm doing it.
What did you miss?
There was something I missed. You gonna give Sarah?
No. Sarah already commented and covered our butts. No, go up.
Sarah threw.
What up, Matt Ledbetter? What's up, brother? What up, Rudy? What up, Todd? What up, Swink? Swink said he's got passion. Swink, you're a good passion pick too, brother. I haven't seen you throw since Nam though.
Swink, I can't wait to passion pick you, brother. All right, ready to go?
Yep.
All right, I'm muting the mic.
All right.
Unmuted.
Here we go. CBC Family Feud, folks. We're at an hour. We're starting to run longer and longer.
We're at an hour. We got to get this out though. This is my pick for CBC Family Feud. Dylan may have a couple here in a minute. Jack Harcrow, you talked about it earlier this week for Dylan's.
Let's talk about what Family Feud is.
Family Feud, controversial topics in Cornhole. Really, if it has to do with the ACO, we don't like to turn down any controversial topic whatsoever. We do also like to do our research on the written rules and things like that, right? Because we don't want to put out any bad information whatsoever. We give our opinions on things like that. Sometimes we fight about it. Sometimes we don't fight about it.
If you guys have a topic you want to talk about literally right now, we'll go with it. You know what I mean? If you guys have something you want to bring up right now, doesn't matter, anything Cornhole related, you know what I mean, that you have questions about or anything like that, we'll talk about it. Just saying, while Bill talks about his topic, if you want to put them in there, we'll read them.
We don't like to shy away from much on this. There are a few things that we just don't think would be good for the sport. And that's really the only reason we would turn it down. Rudy, we can talk about that. I got one that I believe is a little bit better than that. And we're all going to agree on this. It won't really be a feud, but we're going to be feuding against somebody else. You ready? Here we go. I should give the backstory, but I'm just going to pull this up. I'm going to pull this up right here.
Okay.
It says, and I'm going to give you the backstory after I read this. In terms of the rules of the game, there are also some differences between the ACO and ACL. The ACO uses a backyard style of play, which means that players can stand anywhere on the playing surface and toss the beanbags from any angle. The ACL, on the other hand, follows more of a formalized, I do this because I know that that's complete garbage, formalized set of rules and requires players to stand behind a designated line when tossing the beanbags. Now,
I love the beanbags, though. That's what makes this more credible.
I know. So I got to give you a little bit of context after I read that. If that doesn't piss all of you off, it pisses me off. That's why it's on the freaking Family Feud. It's not just us. It's look, we're all, I believe we're all going to agree on this. So, MX Cornhole, Majestic bags.
Majestic bags.
MX Majestic bags, who used to be a bag partner in the ACO a while back, I believe, and then that person sold the business to somebody else. I have no idea. This post came out in, I believe it was 2022, and then there was only one comment. Nobody knew this post even existed. Tammy Klinger brought this to our attention. I pulled it all up, and I was thinking right there, I'm like, so many people are going to see this after Tammy posted it that I should screenshot the entire post and put it on there. I didn't do it. I'm stupid for not doing it. It is what it is. I did go to the page and read it, though, so the context. It said the differences between the ACO and ACL. That was paraphrasing again, but that was the title for it.
This is literally an article post from Majestic Cornhole about the differences between ACO and ACL. It was like a frequently asked question,
right?
Almost article,
right? For people just starting the game.
This is a question. I mean, I've been asked this question. How many times have we been asked this question, Bill? A ton of times.
Oh yeah.
We don't have this explanation.
This was the most damning paragraph in the entire article. Most of the article was, and it did say, it gave credit to the ACO for establishing rules of Cornhole, and I believe it said 2005, right? And then it went on a little bit further and said the ACL is only for top pros. And then if you want to be a top pro, you go to the ACL. That's the only place for top pros. It also said things like ACO has co-ed, they have juniors, and for people just starting and getting into the game, the ACO is probably a better thing. But if you ever want to be top with no co-ed and juniors, is pretty much what it implied, that you would go to the ACL. And I read this whole thing. This is the absolute worst paragraph that you could read in the whole thing, because it, at the very, very beginning, it did give credit to the ACO for establishing rules, and it did give credit for the ACO at the very end, saying they are both wonderful organizations. But when you read something that says we're allowed to stand at any angle, and then the ACO formalizes things behind a line to be able to throw, absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. These rules were standardized by the ACO in 2005 that you can't throw from any freaking angle. Like, what the heck is that crap? Majestic's Cornhole. This is a bag company in the ACL.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw this, I think I sent it to you almost immediately, or we talked about it on the phone or something shortly after. First of all, I want to say thank you to Tammy Klinger for even grabbing it and posting it. That somebody would even say something so completely false. And this is a world we live in where we deal with this on platforms all over the place, right? With our regular news. But in Cornhole, most people, you know what I mean? If they're going to talk crap, it's usually pretty accurate at the most part. You know, this is complete fake news. This is fake news.
If you try to go to the link, it's 404 not found anymore.
Yeah, they took down the
entire
article. This was up
for over a year, though.
But and
now it's not found.
Yeah.
So where Tammy found it, congratulations, Tammy. You win the internet of that day. It was absolutely phenomenal for doing that.
Yeah.
I just want to say that Chris Norris said you must be drunk to pick Ricky Evans.
No, Ricky's gonna do great. No, Chris, stop.
Okay, I agree.
But I mean, and on this point, guys, this brings up the obvious talk that everybody has, which is better ACL, ACO. I mean, we have some great things that happened this weekend and things that are happening in the ACO and the ACL that are proving how close these are. Jeremiah Ellis is borderline one of the best players in the world in the ACL right now. He gave Mark Richards the best game he's had in his entire streak of the last two opens or last open. And really could have won the game with a couple missed easy shots, and Jeremiah will tell you that himself.
Smoked almost everybody. Smoked them.
And Jeremiah is an ACO player for years. So if somebody wants to come in here and say, if you ever count Jeremiah as an ACL player to play against the ACO, you're wrong. Everything he's learned, everything he's done started with the ACO.
Brock Beasley
wins his bracket in the advanced division, takes a second overall. Brock Beasley is 16, 17 years old. You know what I mean?
He should have played open division.
A lick.
But,
Dustin Arendt takes 17th in the open bracket, he told me.
Right.
I mean, this is not as far off the competition as you think. Douglas Parker loses to Fisher Hamilton 21-20. Fisher Hamilton, folks, he's talked about every week in the ACL. He wins doubles, he wins singles. Douglas Parker, a guy that the ACL commentators didn't even freaking know, gives him a 21-20. Gives him everything he can possibly handle. Throwing Vipers, which we all know Douglas probably doesn't. If Douglas does OTT,
Paul won his bracket to 2 weeks ago.
ACL advanced. Yeah.
ACL advanced won his bracket 2 weeks ago for that. So
Doug put it on JBJ. Look at that.
Yeah.
Douglas Parker beats the runner-up, runner-up MVP, or maybe third runner-up, because you probably went Tony Smith, Mark Richards, then JBJ for MVP of the ACL last year, and Douglas Parker puts it on his head. I mean, this is not that far off.
It's absolutely ridiculous that this would even be a post on allowed to be one. There had to have been somebody that messaged Majestics and took this down almost immediately, because I swear, I woke up in the morning and the first thing I do is check the news, and then I look at Facebook for a minute just in case there was any top posts, anything like that. I saw this, I went directly to it, I read the entire article on this. There was one comment from December of 2022 that said, dude, you're a moron posting this. It just shows you don't know, ACL also has co-ed. ACL also so it said pretty much the ACO is for amateur divisions, this and that. That's why they have juniors. That's why I have this. That's why I have that. They named numerous things. Although if you look at the ACO, they have open, advanced, competitive, intermediate,
novice.
That's
there's 16
you just
divisions.
Sit there and read it, and you're like, are you freaking stupid?
Yeah.
So anyway.
And their juniors aren't even allowed to be pros. They're taking away from their pro field, right? Where the ACO, it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what your gender is, none of these specificities. The top 80 in the world, based off your singles points, you make pro. I mean, and that's how it works. There's no discrimination.
Let me be clear. We're not bashing the ACL.
No,
we're not bashing the ACO. We're not doing anything like that whatsoever. But whoever made this specific article, who now took it down, that was the right thing to just take it down.
Trash.
Yeah. You're done. You're canceled. I'm
Canceled
sorry.
by CBC.
Canceled
by
Canceled by
whoever
CBC.
sent you an email.
Bink.
I'm just saying that
Done.
is done.
Done.
How many
Okay.
people we got left in here? Are we gonna talk about?
I don't even know.
Are we gonna talk about the? You guys want to talk about pay? I'd like the only thing that about the pay is I'd like a lot more research. And me and Bill talked about this week. We saw Harcrow's post. We saw the complaints. I saw the amount of money Douglas Fresh got. You know what I mean? I know what Brock got paid.
You want to get it next week?
I'd like for us to do a little more research, folks. And the reason being is here at CBC, especially when we do Family Feud, we don't want to go based off speculation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's 100%
we want to
correct.
clear as much of the stuff we possibly can. I mean, we're not going to know, let's say in general, like if we were talking about the ACL pay, we're not going to know Trey Ryder's salary. You know what I mean? Like, if we were to go into ACL pay, we don't know what Trey Ryder pays himself. We don't know what Trey Ryder pays, let's say, Wally. You know what I mean? We don't know these things. They're going to be factors that we don't know at all. But what we want to do is take a little bit of time, you know what I mean, and get in the factors that, we can get venue prices. You know what I mean? That's something we could do. We could find out how much it is to have a bartender for 2 days for 12 hours a day. We could find out how much security is for 2 hours for 12 hours for 2 days. These are things we can find out.
So I do want to put this out there just for the people that are still here. I did go through college for accounting. I can probably come up with something close, and every time I estimate things, I could estimate it on the conservative side to get financials for a company. Right, I could estimate it. I believe I could pretty much estimate. I think we have enough information out there and stuff like that to where I could estimate things. I don't want to go that deep into it. It would take hours and hours of research to be able to do something like that. And I don't want to speculate about it.
And we're not trying to bash anybody either.
No. We're not trying to. I don't want to do anything like that. Do I agree at the baseline argument that there are a few arguments for this, but do I agree that pay needs to be increased for people that place higher in tournaments? Sure. 100% I agree with that. I don't want to get so in the weeds that I actually sit there and make some ridiculous spreadsheet that I figure out exactly what everybody's paid on a super conservative side, which means they probably get paid way more than something like that. I don't want to do all that. That doesn't interest me to sit here for that many hours to be able to do it.
Let me talk about one thing. This is the only thing I'll talk about with it. There's a $5K guaranteed purse to every major, right? Which technically $4K is guaranteed. We'll get into that another time. But here's our problem with it. Here's our problem, which every major gets the $5K purse.
Right.
So we saw this last weekend. Pocatello, with around 20-something players, got the same purse for singles and doubles as Tupelo. What that means is one bracket of let's say there was 25 players. I don't know the exact number. It's somewhere in there.
If we're gonna get into this tonight,
we won't. We won't.
Yeah. Because this will take a whole nother episode.
What I was trying to say is every bracket for the big majors should get paid the same as the one bracket for the small major. That's the only point that I wanted to leave everybody with. And
is that they decided, feasible, though? Well, they decided, and this may be a good thing. If you look at their standpoint from this, right, this may be a good thing from their standpoint because you can travel to these smaller majors, which does promote more players to go to those smaller ones to be able to grow a specific location.
Because the pay's higher.
Because the pay's high. That's exactly right. So if you look at both sides of the argument there, I don't know which one is better. And that's something we can talk about next week, though.
But this is a thing that I want to make light of right now because players, to grow those areas, if you want to make money playing cornhole in the ACO right now, it seems like the better way to do it is to go build up these bigger areas. Bring your friends. Bring a big group of people. You know what I mean? Go to what these small majors are. Instead of making them 20, make them 40. You know what I mean? Make them 50. And you guys, go ahead and take first, second, and third in the bracket. Now you get first, second, and third place money overall. You know what I mean? Instead of going to, I love go to Owensboro. Go to the big majors. But instead of 4 brackets, you could go up there and try to sweep the bracket with your 3 buddies. You know what I mean? And maybe that is like what you're saying, Bill, the reason that it made an incentive.
It's an incentive for players to travel longer distances. And I'm this is not really devil's advocate, but this is trying to be the most objective that you can possibly be to see both sides of an argument anyway. Yeah. And I believe that would be the number one or the greatest argument to have it completely even payouts for every major.
Yeah,
is that we're trying to grow new areas. The bigger the payout for this one, hopefully the more people that would show up. And I think that is probably legit. I don't know how many players know that out there, that, hey, there's a $5,000 guaranteed purse for
every major.
For a major that doesn't have as many as the 280 something. You know what I mean? But again, once people hear about that could grow that like wildfire. I mean, it could. And
that's
be
what I'm trying to say
right
right now, and that's why I wanted to leave it there, because if you're planning majors right now, if you want to go and grow those areas and make some money, if you think you're a player, like you watch something that happened in the last weeks of a small major and go, I could beat all those folks and take first place overall, but I've been taking fourth in my bracket and I've been getting paid nothing. You know what I mean? Let's go. It's your time. It's your time. We're telling you, the purse is guaranteed. $4,000 is guaranteed.
Well, we'll talk about this $4,000, $5,000 thing next week.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next week. Can. I just know if I wear a broadcaster jersey.
No.
You're
not eligible, but we'll talk about it.
We're never going to do that.
Hey, thanks, everybody. Thank you for Tupelo, man. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support to CBC. Continued support. You guys are freaking awesome,
we love you guys.
Dude. You guys are freaking awesome. What up, Hoppy? Hoppy finally gets in here. You freaking
Hoppy,
kidding
stay
me,
here,
Hoppy?
dude. We're going to show the SHOT Show right after this.
Yeah, we'll end with the SHOT Show, folks. If you didn't see the 3-minute clip in the beginning that has the best shots from Tupelo, we're going to play it here in just a second. This is CBC Faith Family 4-baggers.
Out. Let's do this. Let's do a little cheers. Let's do a cheers.
You're a monster. Truth, no, you don't have to lie to me. Don't fill your head with things and think you're free. I can smell the fear, I think you made it clear. Yeah, I could be rude, be in a mood, I could be rotten. I could be cool, mind like a fool, but never forgotten. Creeping in the dark, waiting for you. Like what you see. Yeah, I feel like a monster, and I'm just here to haunt you. I've become your nightmare, slipping in your dreams. I'm the definition of the worst kind of me. Yeah, I feel like a monster, and I'm just here to haunt you. I've become your nightmare, slipping in your dreams. I'm the definition of the worst kind of me. Yeah, I feel like a monster. 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 Yeah, I feel like you can hold me back. Yeah, I'm coming for you. I'm not here to on you. No, I'm just telling you the facts. Oh, these chains can keep me down. Yeah. I can be rude, be in a mood, I can be rotten. I can be cool, mind like a fool, but never forgotten. Creeping in the dark, waiting for you. Yeah, I feel like a monster, and I'm just here to haunt you. I've become your nightmare, slipping in your dreams. I'm the definition of the worst kind of me. Yeah, I feel like a monster, and I'm just here to haunt you. I've become your nightmare, slipping in your dreams. I'm the definition of the worst kind of me. Yeah, I feel like a...
You don't believe in monsters, do you?
Of course not.
I do.
See